Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are well and you are enjoying my lectures. Today, I am going to introduce the natural rate of growth and the warranted rate of growth. It is related to my previous lecture, that is the Harrod growth model. And in that lecture, I did not introduce the labor force, the increase in the labor force and the progression in technological change. So in this lecture, I introduce in the Harrod model the technological change, the progress in the technological change, and the growth rate of labor force. So if the labor force is if the labor force if the labor force if the labor force grows at an exogenous exponential rate such as mu, the long run labor supply equation I have mentioned in my previous lecture is L equal to L0 e to the power mu t. Here mu is the rate, exponential rate at which the labor force is increasing. So in the absence of technological change, the desired labor output ratio is U. Labor output ratio is U. Labor output ratio, you should remember it. The labor output ratio means required labor per unit of output. Required labor per unit of output is the labor output ratio that is indicated by U and it is constant. And so the maximum real output that can be achieved is this, okay? It is represented by equation 1. So in equation 1, y, that is the real output, is equal to the 1 by y. What is the 1 by y? 1 by y is nothing but the output per unit of labor. Output per unit of labor. How much output is there per unit of labor is multiplied by the total labor force. So this is the total real output. And now to find out the growth rate and growth rate of the income, we take the log of this equation, and taking log of both sides, we get log y and log of this. Okay. Now log y, the next step is log y equal to log 1 by u plus log L0 mu. It is simple, the addition in logs. This is a multiplication formula in log, and we introduce this and we get it. Okay. Now log y equal to log 1 by u plus log 0, this constant, and ut and mu t. And now we take the derivative with respect to t, and we get d by dt log y, d by dt is the whole part. And if we do the derivatives of log y, then we get the 1 by y dy by dt. Okay, and it is a constant, so d by dt mu t, we get ut as a result of derivative. And now, so what we get that the natural rate of growth, we get that this is the natural rate of growth. What is the natural rate of growth? Natural rate of growth is equal to the mu. What is the mu? Mu is the rate of growth in the labor force. So the the natural rate of growth is nothing but equal to the mu at which the labor force is increasing. So now in my next slide, so I am erasing all this marking, and just a moment, I am erasing all this marking. So look now here we introduce now the technical change in the model. Technical change in my previous section I have introduced the change in labor force, and now we introduce the technical change that is progressing at the rate of m. So this equation shows the amount of this is what is this this is the capital output, this is the labor output ratio, this is the labor output ratio, and this labor output ratio is will decline if there is a increase in the technological change, and there is a progression in the technological change. There is inverse relationship. So as there is a technological progression, so mu will decline. So u will decline. So here the technological change is assumed to occur at a steady exponential rate m, and therefore the maximum real income attainable at any time t is this. Look at this equation. What is this equation? Here in my previous slide, here 1 by u, and now we substitute u by this u0 e to the power minus mt. So we replace this and multiply by the total labor force. So, and after arranging we get this 1 by u e0, and e to the power m minus t is here. So L0 e mu plus m multiplied by the t. Now I am deleting all this marking I have made. Now in my next slide, look, now we take the log of both sides of equation 2. Equation 2, that is from that equation we find out the growth rate. We find out the growth rate on income. So taking log in the same way, and this is also log of left hand side, log of right hand side. Now this is log y, and this is also the log 1 by u0 plus log this part. Now log y equal to log 1 by u0 plus log L0 plus log e to the power mu plus mt. And in the next step, log y, log 1 by u0 plus log L0 plus mu plus mt. Now taking derivative with respect to t, we get the derivative. This is derivative. We take the derivative all the right hand side and the left hand side. And after taking derivative of the left hand side, we get this, the growth rate 1 by y dy by dt. And from the right hand side, we get the mu plus m. And we get the mu plus m. And this mu plus m is nothing but the maximum sustainable rate of growth. Maximum sustainable rate of growth when there is a growing labor force and technological change. Okay, when there is a growing labor force and technological change, the economy in the economy there is a stable rate of growth, and that is equal to mu plus m. Mu is the growth in labor force, and m is the growth in technological progress. Okay, understand? So this is the natural rate of growth when we consider the rate of increase in labor force and rate of increase in technological progress. Okay, now I am deleting all my marking, otherwise the slide will not be moved. So I am deleting all this marking, and look, next slide. Look, now 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 we consider the warranted rate of growth and the natural rate of growth. We consider the warranted rate of growth and the natural rate. What is the relation between them? What is the conflict? What is the conflict between the two? So this type of understanding will be covered in this part. And so there is, suppose the economy, if there is a warranted rate of growth and there is natural rate of growth, and warranted rate of growth is equal to the is equal with the natural rate of growth, and warranted rate of growth is less than the natural rate of growth, and if the warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth, what will happen? What will happen? And what is the relation between the two? And where is the conflict? So an economy can sustain at warranted rate of growth if warranted rate of growth is equal to or less than the natural rate. It should be mentioned that the economy can sustain at the warranted rate of growth if the warranted rate of growth is equal to or less than the natural rate. So like this. This is the first condition. If the warranted rate of growth is equal to the natural rate of growth, suppose there is a the growth both growth rates are equal. This is the warranted rate of growth, and this is the natural rate of growth. Okay. Now if you if you if you could remember that warranted rate of growth is a that rate of growth when the economy is growing, but there is a equalization between the desired saving and desired investment, and desired capital. There is also a equalization between the desired capital stock and actual capital stock. Okay, this type of situation is covered by this part, the warranted rate of growth. And in the natural rate of growth, the economy is growing at a labor force in the labor force at growth rate mu, and technological progress is there at m, at the rate of m. So this is the golden S period. Why this is the golden S period? Because there is a full employment. There is a full employment or constant. There is a full employment, and there is a full employment means there is a golden S. So golden S. So when the warranted rate of growth is equal to the natural rate of growth, there is no unemployment. There is no unemployment. The economy is in the full employment situation. So all the capital is fully utilized. Understand? Now the second. Now I am also erasing all this marking, and now in my next slide, look. If the condition, there is a second condition. The second condition is that if the warranted rate is below the natural rate of growth, warranted rate of growth is below the natural rate of growth, and then it is possible also to maintain the steady state of growth at the warranted rate. with the continually increasing unemployment. What is this? This is the warranted rate of growth GW, that is this part is less than the natural rate of growth, less than the natural rate of growth. And if it is less than the natural rate of growth, the economy could grow at the warranted rate of growth if rate of growth at in excess of quantity there is a increasing unemployment. In excess of there is an increasing unemployment. Unemployment is there. So here the unemployment is not because of aggregate demand. You should remember this. Here the unemployment is not because of aggregate demand. Is not because of aggregate demand. It is because of because of because of less savings, because of less savings, because of warranted rate of growth is less than the natural rate of growth. It is it here the Keynesian concept, that is by using the monetary and fiscal policy introduced by the Keynes, this problem cannot be solved because Keynesian understanding was related to the aggregate demand. Here, the unemployment is not because of aggregate demand, lack of aggregate demand, but because of lack of savings, lack of savings, SAVI, lack of lack of lack of saving, and there is not enough investment. There is not enough investment to introduce all the to employ all the persons who are eager to find job. So there is a shortage of savings. There is a lack of investment, and these savings can be increased, or the warranted rate of growth here can be increased by increasing the savings rate. By increasing the savings rate. If savings is increased, and it can be done by introducing the higher tax rate, or private savings, increasing the private savings, or reducing the government expenditure. And now if you look the capital lever ratio, by decreasing the capital lever ratio, you can also increase the warranty rate of growth. So by using the Keynesian thought, we cannot remove this type of problem. We can remove this problem by increasing the savings rate, by lowering the capital leverage, So now I am I am erasing all this marking. Okay. So now in next slide, that is here, and here is the third situation. The third situation. What is the situation when warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth? Warranted rate of growth. This is the warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth. Okay. If warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth, then there is investment is high. Investment is high, savings is high, but there is no man, there is no labor force to be employed. So there is a situation where entrepreneurs will not find incentive, and they will reduce their production, and here we can increase the we can increase the warranted we can increase the aggregate demand. We can increase the aggregate demand. We can increase the aggregate demand. So here we can increase the aggregate demand. and by increasing the aggregate demand, the entrepreneurs will get the incentive to produce more. And here the Keynesian concept, that is the Keynesian tools of monetary and fiscal policy to increase the employment and to reduce the unemployment rate is applicable is applicable. So, if here we what we have find, if the warranted rate of growth is above the natural rate of growth, the actual rate of growth will be periodically constant below the warranted rate by a shortage of labor to man the newly produced capital equipment. So, this is the whole understanding in this lecture. That is the what is the natural rate of growth, and what is the relation between the natural rate of growth and warranted rate of growth, and what is the conflict between the two. What is the conflict between the two, and how and where the Keynesian understanding is applicable. We have found that the Keynesian understanding, Keynesian application, Keynesian suggestion, Keynes prescription is applied in case three, where the warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth, where the warranted rate of growth is greater than the natural rate of growth. So this is the overall understanding between the warranted rate of growth and natural rate of growth. Hope you have enjoyed this lecture, and if you have any queries, and you can mail me, or you can ask. Okay, thank you very much.